Hello, hello, and this is the Happy Hippie Intuitive with Nina, and today I'm here to do the second part of my indie deck collection. So it will be both tarot cards and oracle cards that are indie decks, and so if that's something that interests you, then stick around. So before we get into it, if you like what I do, then please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't to my channel, and click the bell so you get notified every time I upload. I have several other deck collection videos, and I also do readings weekly, so you can follow that if you want to by clicking the subscribe button. I also have another channel called Pure Light Awakening, where I also channel, so I do channeling with angels, star beings and light beings and source energy, and I give energy updates and talk a little bit about planets and astrology as well. So if that's something that interests you, then you can find the link for that channel below. Okay, I will link all the cards that we see today below with timestamps, so you quick and easy can find them, okay? So let's get into it. I hope you're comfortable. So if you need some time to go and grab yourself a cup of coffee or something, then do that. Then pause the video and go and grab something, because this is going to be along with video again. Okay, we have several decks to go. If you haven't seen the first video, then I will link that below as well, so you can see the first part of this indie deck collection. But now let's get to it. Okay, so I'm not sure if what I'm going to show you right now can be categorized as indie, but it started as a Kickstarter project, so I'm going to show that to you anyways. And I do believe that you can get them through Amazon now, but at least it started as a Kickstarter and as an indie deck collection, so that's why it's kind of part of this video. So it's these three, the Neo Rider Tarot collection. There is a fourth, but I only have these three, okay? So I have also talked about this previously in another video where I talked about the Rider-Waite Tarot and some spin-offs from the Rider-Waite Tarot, so you can find a little bit more information about that there. But I'm going to quickly just flip through and show you a little bit in this video as well. So this is the box, very easy breezy there, and this is the book. Quite a bit of information in here actually, but no pictures. Okay, so these cards, the black edition of this Neo Rider-Waite Tarot collection is plastic. So it is black and gold on the back, and these are the cards. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. Okay, let's move these up in the corner. Need to have some crystals with us when we do cards always, you know. Okay, so let's look at it. So these are of course colored, but everything is shiny and blingy blingy. I sometimes feel like this is a little bit over the top, to be honest with you, but it is fun. It is fun, it's very different, it's plastic, so it's very bendy, you can ripple shuffle, it can never be destroyed, this deck. You can use it on the beach or at the cafe or the bar or whatever. You can throw them in water if you want to, and they will not be destroyed, you know. So, you know, that's always a plus. It's different, so that makes it kind of fun and different for me. I'm not going to show you all the cards, but as I said, with all these shiny colors, it is almost a little bit too much for me. But I think I will probably use it around Halloween, you know, or October, kind of fall months. Because it's kind of a fall colors for me in these cards, I feel. Okay, so that is the Neo Rider Tarot collection, the black. They are called something specific, each and every one of these 4 decks that are in this collection, but I do not remember the name, so I just call this the black one. And then of course I have the pink and the beige one as well, but this was black. Okay, so that was the first part. Let's go to the pink. Oh, my cloth keeps getting wrinkled. So, upside down. This is the Neo Rider Tarot collection, the pink one. I do believe this is called Rose. I'm not sure, but I think so. These are also plastic. The book is like this. It's the same as the other book. This is the back. And these are the cards. Now, these are just pink and light blue. And then there is some red on some of the words here. So those are the only colors. It's of course very bendy, and as I said with the other one, that you can take it with you to the beach or to the bar or the cafe or whatever, and they won't get destroyed. So I'm just trying to show you a little bit of the coloring on these cards. Not that easy maybe, but I hope you can see it. So just, it is the same, it is the Rider-Waite, it is exactly the same design as the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot. So there isn't really much to say about that. Okay, so these are the cards. That is the Neo Rider Tarot Collection, the pink version, or rose. Okay, so that's that. And then we go to the third in that collection that I have. There is of course a fourth one, but I don't have that. So this I just call the beige version. These are not plastic. These are paper or cardboard. So this is the back. A little bit of bling bling there on the red, and this is matte gold on the side. And it's only a beige background and black, a little bit holistic in the black here. So these are only two colors, okay? So I find these quite nice. These are, of course, a lot thicker cards, real cards. A little bit of that rose petal finish on them. I do believe that the fourth and last of this collection of 4 Neo Rider has the same back, but it's black and gold. And it's it's not plastic, and it's got the normal coloring of the Rider-Waite on it. I believe that's called the Royal of this one, but that one is the only one I don't have. I might order it if it's still available. So these are the cards, pretty much easy breezy. It's the Rider-Waite, the same, you know. But if you look closely on the black here, you can see that it's kind of a rainbow color that comes up over here and there. So it is kind of a holistic, the black here. But no, I like this. This is fun for me. So that's that. So as I said, I'm not. It started as an indie, and you could get it on Amazon, but I think it was just kind of through Amazon that they sold it, but it was still from the company. Yeah. So that's kind of that. Okay. So that was that. Let's move on. Okay, I'm just going to move my phone over a little bit. Okay, so this next one, I've also shown some of these in another video where I was talking about the Rider-Waite tarot and spin-offs. But these are indie decks, so that's why they have to be part of this indie deck video. Now, they are 4 from the same company, and the company is tarotcollectibles.com. Okay, so I'm going to show these to you, all 3 of them, or 4 of them actually. So the first one I ordered because it's a Christmas theme, but I must admit that I have not used it a whole lot. Okay, so the reason why I've done this is because this is the 5th suit that they have added to this deck. Okay, this deck is called the King's Journey Christmas Edition. So I believe there's something called the King's Journey that's not the Christmas edition, but I got this because they're Christmas looking kind of cards. Okay, now I'll tell you about this suit later on, but this part is just the normal kind of tarot. Okay, so you have just a normal Rider-Waite based, but their own kind of design on these cards. Okay, so it's fun, but it's not my favorite deck. I must say. I haven't used it that much, but I might of course use it for Christmas. Yeah, some of the cards I like and some of the cards I don't. So I don't know what to say about this deck. It's I must say I was a little bit disappointed, even though I had seen some of the deck cards before I ordered it. It wasn't exactly what I had hoped, but it is Christmassy. The design, the artwork is okay, but it's not my favorite, okay? But you might like it, you know, it's people have different tastes in what they like, so that's all right. But this came with a 5th suit, and this is of course an extra Lover's card and an extra Chariot card. Okay, it's just have that set as well. Now this is the extra suit. It's called, the suit is called Spirit. Excuse me. Just have a sip of water. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, so these are... This is this, and it's a card called Doth, the Soul Querent. Yeah, so these are the extra cards that I really don't use in this deck, okay? But if you like that, then go for it. For me, I wasn't so interested in that, but, you know. But that's the King's Journey Christmas edition from Tarot Collectibles. Okay, so let's move to the other from Tarot Collectibles, which is ones I really, really, really like. And now these decks from Tarot Collectibles, these next 3 ones, they are all Rider-Waite, okay? So let's look at the first one, which is called the Trippin Waite Tarot. These are extra cards that came. You can choose from 2 different King of Wands and 2 different Fools. So I'm just going to put those aside. Now this is the back, and these are the cards. So these are of course very hippie, as you can see. And my channel being called the Happy Hippie, I had to have some hippie cards, and so I ordered these cards here. But you see there's more or less exactly the same as the Rider-Waite. They have just kind of colored it differently, and sometimes they have changed it to a peace symbol, the pentacles, you know. But as you can see, it's almost identical to the Rider-Waite. Okay. Just added a little bit here and there. And as I said, different coloring. Like it's a heart here instead of the globe. Put a guitar on that one. The tower is different, as you can see. I love the tower in this one. So, but other than that, and they changed to the Guru instead of the Hierophant. So, this is the Trippin Waite Tarot. Okay, from Tarot Collectibles. Not going to show you every card, it will take forever. Okay, so that's that. And you have to order it through tarotcollectibles.com. That's the only place you can get these decks, okay? I do not believe they have had any other places you can get them. Now we also have the Winter Waite Tarot, the same as the Rider-Waite. And it's just kind of a wintry. I love the backs on these ones, they're really nice. And so these are borderless, and they just kind of added winter to it. But as you can see, more or less the same as their original Rider-Waite. A little bit of differences here. Happy New Year. Yeah. So there isn't really much more to say about that. I think it's a fun deck. I really like it. I do believe that there were some extra cards in here as well that you could swap out. The Chariot and something else, I think. Yeah, the Chariot, as you can see, is different here. And there was one more card, I believe, that could be changed out. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Like this one here. Three of Pentacles, that's changed out. So yeah, so kind of a Rider-Waite, but just kind of wintry and Christmassy feel to it. So I really like that one from the Tarot Collectibles, the Winter Waite. Now, the last I have from Tarot Collectibles is the Groovy Waite Tarot, another hippie tarot deck. And this one they have altered quite a bit. So let's see. Oh, okay, 2 of these have popped on over here from the other deck. So these were the other cards you could choose from the Winter, the Chariot, and the 3 of Pentacles. See, I'll put that over here with the Rider-Waite Winter. So it's in the right box. I popped on over to the wrong box, but anyways, yep. So that's that. And now there are also 2 extra cards in this one that you could choose from, and that's the 4 of Cups and Smoky, which I believe is the Hierophant, if I'm not mistaken. Or is it the... No, Emperor. Emperor, yeah. So you could change out the Emperor with something called Smoky, but I didn't. I didn't. So anyways, this is the backs of these Groovy tarots, and these are borderless. And they have changed up these a little bit more than they did the Trippin Waite, okay? So that's why I kind of felt I needed this one as well, since my channel is the Happy Hippie. So all you need is love, is what it says there. So... you can see that they are more or less Rider-Waite, you know, copies, but they have changed them up a little bit more, like this one. Like this one with the huge mushrooms in the background. You know, they have really changed some of them up a lot. Like this Judgment card here is totally changed. So with this one, they have kind of gone a little bit further, I feel, like with this one as well. The 4 of Cups. So I chose to keep this 4 of Cups instead of the other. And this one, of course, as well is quite different. So this deck I really, really like. So this is my favorite of the Tarot Collectibles collection that I have. Okay. Yeah, so it's not really that much more to say about it. I really like the colors. I think it's a really fun deck. I have used it quite a bit and will continue using it. See. That's so beautiful. 8 of Wands. So, yeah. So you go into tarotcollectibles.com and you can see he makes all sorts of different decks. It's not just these. There are many other fun and different perspectives on the Rider-Waite Tarot there. So you should head on over and have a look. It's really much fun. Okay. So that's that. That's the Groovy Waite Tarot from tarotcollectibles.com. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so moving on. Now we go into the Forest Creatures Tarot. And there is a small edition and there is a bigger edition. So this is a mini edition and this is a limited edition. So we will look at the big one and then the small one. But I do believe they're more or less exactly the same. It's just the size that's different. So let's look at this. There is a very small guidebook here, very thin, but it just kind of... yeah, just says the main things for each card here, the main things you need to know. But this is not kind of a starter deck, I would say. The backs looks like this. Very beautiful with the lanterns. Quite thick deck, as you see, quite thick cards. But you can ripple shuffle corner, I think, with this one. And these are the images. So, Forest Creatures is what it's called. So, of course, there's a lot of... fairies in here, mostly fairies, I believe. Quite beautiful. Some might think is a little bit too much going on with all the golds on the side, but I think it's fun. It's different from many other decks that I've seen, so I thought it was pretty cool. So these are made from something called Tarocco Studios. Not to be mixed up with Taroteca Studios, which is different. This is Tarocco, okay? So that's 2 different studios, but with almost the same name. So just remember that. Okay, so these are pretty much the cards. I think they're very special. They're very different, and I like that. That's fun. Okay, so forest creatures. So that's the bigger version, which is a limited edition, and then we will look at the small one as well. Compare. It has also that little guidebook. Exactly the same. Exactly the same back. And you see the size here is kind of the size of a little bit taller than the mini decks from the Waite, which is kind of the tin tarots. So it's a little bit taller than that, a little bit bigger, okay? But as you can see, it's exactly the same images. It's just a different size, okay? So this is kind of the normal size, I guess, and then the big size is more of a limited edition, okay? So that's those cards. And let me just show you kind of it's possible for me to shuffle these big cards. It's not a problem. So they're not that big, but they are bigger than the normal tarot size, the big size of this forest creatures, okay? So that was Tarot Studios with the forest creatures. Just let me put these away so I can move on to the next one. Grab yourself a coffee or have a sip while you wait. While I put these away. If I don't put them away, they will fly all over my desk here. So I like to put them away while I do the video. Be patient, people. Okay, so that was Forest Creatures Tarot. Okay. Moving on. Okay, now we are going to go over to the studio I was talking about earlier. And they have made two different tarot decks that I have purchased, but I have also two different versions of the two different tarot decks. This is a tarot deck you might have seen before, the Dark Mansion Tarot. That was made by Tarotteca Studios, which, as you can see here, Tarotteca Studios, which is the same studio that has made these, the Elemental Wisdom Tarot, and I have two different sizes of that. But let's start with the Dark Mansion Tarot. Now, I have two boxes and they look exactly the same, so you might ask, why is that? Well, it's because the cards inside are actually different. This is one, and this is the other. So you see there are two totally different designs on the backs and on the sides of these cards, and also the cardstock. Okay, so let's look at it. Now this one is gilded in black. It's a rose petal finish, kind of thick but not too thick, and they are matte. Okay, so this is the Dark Mansion Tarot. I don't know if they call it the black edition or... But you can choose this when you go into the Tarotteca. I think they are actually on different links. If not, then you can choose the gilding on the side and the backs when you go in there. Okay, so that's one. Just put it away. And then the other. Now this is glossy, okay, as you can see. It also has a gold gilding, and the cards are a little bit thinner and a little bit more bendy, okay. And they're also glossy on the backs here. So these, they behave totally different, okay, when you shuffle. But the images on them are exactly the same as the other one. Can you see that? So, but I really wanted, I couldn't decide which one I liked the best. You know, which back, and if I wanted the gold or not and everything. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy them both. So that's what I did. But these cards are so much fun. I mean, the imagery in this deck is just so intricate, so nice, so fun, and very much Halloween-y for me because of the artwork and the style. It's just so much fun, this one. And you see on the border you have little skulls here. Can you see that? Pop every here and there. That's just... So this is a really fun deck, and I love to use it in October month especially, and around Halloween, you know. But of course it can be used all year round, most definitely, but especially around, so funny, especially around Halloween. So that is the Dark Mansion Tarot, okay? 2 different versions that you can find on the Tarotteca Studios, okay? So that was that one. And now we will look at the Elemental Wisdom Tarot from the same studio. Now, the big ones here have this back, and they are matte gold on the sides. And I will flip through this in a moment. I just want to show you the other version as well, because we don't need to flip through both. These are the backs of the smaller version. They are black on the side. And they are, of course, not matte. The big ones are matte. These ones are glossy and a bit thinner. Okay, so you can see the difference a little bit in the height of these 2 decks. Now, these are a little bit heavy to shuffle. As you can see, my hands can barely get around it. So I have to shuffle from this side when I shuffle these big ones here. Okay. So, but what I'll do is that I think I'm going to use this one because it's easier, easier to hold right now to show you the images. Okay, so let's do it. Now, the only thing I have to say about when you order these, I don't know if they have managed to fix that yet, but the thing was that they had one card that was spelled wrong. So that came as an extra card on the outside of the box. But with one of the decks, they didn't send the card, so I had to kind of email them and ask them to send that separate. But they might have fixed it now so that the next edition they make, that won't happen, hopefully. Okay, but it was the High Priestess that was, they spelled high wrong. Okay. But this deck is just gorgeous. The images on these is just the High Priestess. See, they just spelled the high wrong in the one card, but never mind. No, the images in this deck is just so beautiful. I believe this was part of my favorites when I did the video of the 15 favorite tarot cards. So you can find it there as well, that I did a review on that a little bit. But these images and the work they have put behind this is just amazing. I mean, look at this Chariot card here. It's just so beautiful. So I really, really love this deck. It's very versatile. It has people from all around the world, mermaids and African and white and Asian and all colors and all sizes and all ages and everything. So that's really, really cool for me. So these are the cards. They have different themes. As you can see, some are kind of medieval England, and some like this 9 of Wands. I just love this card. There's such strength in this card. And some, of course, as I said, the African continent, and some from Asia, some from the water element. So it's really, really versatile and different images. I love this star card. Yeah, so beautiful, beautiful deck, the Elemental of Wisdom Tarot. And of course, you can only order it through Tarotteca Studios, which I believe is situated in, is it Czechia? I believe somewhere there, yes. But anyways, just go to the Tarotteca Studios and you will find all the information there. And of course, these are the bigger ones, exactly the same images, but matte. And for me, of course, you see a lot better with on these big images, but it's just a little bit harder to shuffle also because of it's a little bit of a rose petal finish on them. Not as much as the Dark Mansion, but a little bit, okay? So, and that's kind of the big version of them here. Yeah, the Elemental Wisdom Tarot. There. Okay, so let's look at it. Now we have 3 decks left. Now I'm going to kind of pull this up together first because they come from the same artist, Megan Wireweden or something like that. It's very difficult to pronounce her name. I'm sorry, Megan Wireweden. Anyways, she has made first this Anima Mundi Tarot, and then she has made an oracle called Nocturna. But let's look at the Anima Mundi Tarot first. This was also part of my favorite tarot cards. And it comes with a guidebook, thin but to the point, easy breezy. And these are also made out of, I don't know if you can see that, it's canvas or linen or whatever, you can see that, right? This is the back, and it's gilded in gold on the sides, and it's bendy and it's durable because of this fabric that they have used here. Now, let's look at the images. I really, really love the images in this deck. There are no people in it. It's animals and just, yeah, nature, more or less. But I really just enjoy this deck. There is just something about the feeling that's these images. It's plain and simple. It's beautiful but simple, kind of, for me. I just get these cards. They speak to me, and that's why they have been a favorite of mine for a long time. So she did an excellent job, I think, in this. The Emperor is just a huge tree. No, I think she did a really good job with these, I must say. She has reached out to some stores around the world, I think, where you can get a hold of this. But of course you can find it on her website. But I do believe that some stores around the world she has made some sort of deal with, so you can get them some places besides her website. Okay, so that is the Anima Mundi Tarot. Really, really beautiful deck, and I highly recommend it. And it's very easy to shuffle. It just falls so nicely in the hand as well. So really, really recommend this deck, Anima Mundi. And also this Nocturna Oracle deck. Now, this is a guidebook that you might not want to put away too far because you're going to need it. Okay, these cards are beautiful, but it can be difficult to understand what they're about. You can, of course, read them just intuitively, but you might struggle with it. Now, this is the back. There's kind of blue with the moon on it. And the side is gold gilded. Okay. Now, this deck is about what happens between dusk and dawn. So it's a night kind of oracle. So it's different night animals and night flowers and night, what kind of creatures come out in the night kind of thing. In real life, not spooky ones. Okay, so like this fireflies, but the images are beautiful. It's also made in the same kind of canvas, linen kind of fabric, also kind of flexible and very nice, easy to shuffle. Okay, so these are the images. But as you can see, when you see the name Ocelot, it's like, okay, so what does it really mean? Or frog. Some people know what a frog can mean, but maybe not everybody. And like the aspodal, I don't know what that means, so I have to look it up, But anyways, beautiful, beautiful images. See dusk, and then of course there's another card called dawn at the very end. When you get it, when you open it, dusk is first and dawn is last. Okay, so it's really, really beautiful, beautiful, beautiful deck. I believe she is using watercolor here, maybe gouache. I'm not sure, but that's kind of what it looks like to me. Aurora Borealis, lots of that where I live in Norway. So yeah, I just, I don't know, this is just so special for me. It's really, really, I've never seen anything like this. I think it's very unique. And that's why I just had to have this deck. I haven't used it so much in my readings, mainly because I feel like I have to then sit down and read from the book, which of course you can do if you have enough time, but sometimes I feel like I just don't have the time to do that. So I kind of want to use the cards where you just read off of the card right away, kind of. See, that's the Dawn card. So, but it is exceptional, and I use the cards for myself, of course, but I will probably use it in my readings as well. I will just have to get used to reading a little bit from the guidebooks as well, or just read it intuitively. You know, you can do that as well. So that is the Nocturna Oracle, part of the Megan Weirweden collection, okay? So that's that. Now, I'm glad that we still have a lot of time. I'm going to drink a little bit of water, and then we're going to get into this last deck for today, which is the Lost Forest. Just a second. And why am I so excited about this one, you might ask? Well, let's get into it. There's a reason for it. Okay, so there is a guidebook, or maybe not book, but a pamphlet. And it has kind of the most information you need. Major arcana there. And the different suits here with some information on it. Okay, so easy breezy. Yeah, kind of like that. But it's got the most information that you need. So that's good enough. Cardstock. Yeah, half bendy, I would say. Not too stiff, not too soft. This is the back. Really, really cool back, I think. Now, okay, I need to zoom out a little bit for this. Let's do that. We zoom out because these cards will take some space. But let's first flip through the major arcana. The images, of course, the artistry on these cards are beautiful and are very special. Now, you have an extra card here called the Faceless. That's kind of before the 0 even. And you also have a number 22 in the main arcana called the Ascended one. So I'm just going to flip through the main major arcana quite quickly first. So as you can see, these are very different kind of, like this Hermit card here. Very different kind of world than we are used to. Definitely gone far away from the Rider-Waite, right? This is a Devil card. Oh, just, you know, but the artistry, I mean, each and every one here is a piece of art, okay? So it's probably big canvases, these that they have been made on originally, is what I suspect here. That's the World card, and that's the extra card that's called the Ascended, okay? So that is the major arcana, and I'm going to put that away now. And there is a reason for that, people. Because now, the suits, they have been made so that if you put them next to each other, they make another painting. So let's look at it, okay? This is the Ace of Skies, which of course is the swords. And that's the 2, the 3, the 4. Let me just remove some of this stuff. The 5, the 6, the 7, and the 8. I can't fit anymore, but as you can see, it all becomes one big painting. Each suit, okay? So let me just pull these down here, and I'm going to show you just quickly the rest of the suit for the sky. Now, let's see here. I don't believe that the court cards go together. No, as you can see, the court cards don't do that. But the from 1 to 10, they kind of stick together, okay? But let's look at some of the other suits, because these are just such gorgeous, gorgeous cards. Okay, that's the Ace of Earth, which of course is Pentacles. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Let's take that a little bit away so you can see that better. Can you see that? It makes a whole forest. Okay, so everything is kind of connected. All these cards are connected, and these are the two last ones. Okay, so they kind of form one tree here, the 9 and the 10. So it's, and of course the details inside each and every card. So you can see the bats up in the tree here. So there's a lot of details also in each and every card you see. So the way they did this was just so amazing. Now this is a page and the knight and the queen and the king of that suit. Now let's look at the oceans, because this one, people, I really, really love. Okay, Ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Can you see that? Yeah. I mean, wow. You know, look at this. So it becomes, you know, under the surface, above the surface, and everything is connected. Do you see that? And now 9 and 10 here, which is a breach of a whale jumping up here. I just find these so gorgeous. They're so beautiful. And as I said, there are still some details. Like, look at these fishes here. There's still details in each and every card here. Right? So for me, these are just so, so beautiful. And I have never, ever seen anyone do this. These are the page and knight and queen and king, by the way. Now for the last suit, which is a fire, which is of course wands. Let's look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. As you can see, there's a volcano that kind of springs up here. You have the bird phoenix here. So, and as you can see, the 3 has only 3 birds on it. You know, the 4 of fire has 4 fires on it. So it is, you can understand which card it is, but still it's one painting. And this is 9 and 10, which is dinosaurs. I mean, isn't this just brilliant? This is the page and the knight and the queen and the king of the fire element. This deck, I mean, it is a work of art, plain and simple. That's all I have to say. You know, if there is only one thing, if I should be so bold to say, that the cardstock could have been a little bit better, because as you saw in one of my cards here, it's already kind of started to chip a little bit here. So be careful when you shuffle this one, especially because, of course, with this kind of artistry, it's not the cheapest deck. Which, of course, I understand. They cannot sell this one cheap. So, but holy moly, I mean, these are... Don't you agree? These are just beautiful, beautiful cards. And so unique and so special. And so fun that they did it that way, where everything is connected. Okay, and there's a message in that as well, that everything is connected, right? So I just love, love, love this deck. I haven't used it enough in my readings. I think I've only used it once or twice. Definitely going to try and use those more in the future, because they are so unique. So that is the Lost Forest Tarot. Okay, in the deck that you have to kind of Google Artwork is by Chelsea Santa Maria. It says here, Chelsea Santa Maria. So Google that, or Google her. She probably has her own website, I imagine. So these are some of my favorite decks because they are indie and they are beautiful and they are special to me. So I hope you enjoyed this video of me showing you my indie decks. I have over 150 tarot decks and over 200 oracle cards, so I have quite a bit to show you. I believe I'm almost up in 300 oracle cards and almost 200 tarot decks now. So yeah, I have a lot to show you guys, and it will be every here and there I'll make some videos about it, and especially if I get something new, maybe I will make some unboxing videos as well. We'll see in the future about that, okay? But anyway, so this was the second part of the videos of my indie decks. I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't seen the first part, I will link that below so you can find that, so you can see that as well. If you like this video or if you like what I do, then give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't, and click the bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. I also do readings, of course, on my channel twice a week, and I also have another channel where I do channeled work, where I channel angels and star beings and source energy and talk about energies and frequency updates and such. So if you like that, you will find the link for that below in the description box, okay? Well, thank you so much for joining me here today and for spending your time together with me. I wish you the very best until the next time I see you. Bye.